Welcome to Hardly, where books turn into 3 stories, refreshing your knowledge in minutes. Today, we study together Marc Hijink's book, Focus, the ASML Way, Inside the Power Struggle. Over the most complex machine on Earth, in which we probe into the geopolitical and technological battles shaping the future of the global semiconductor industry through the lens of ASML's dominance in chip manufacturing technology. Marc Hijink is a reporter for the NRC. Don't go away, Hurdley the editor will be right back with the story. Today, I want to take you through 3 remarkable stories from the world of ASML, the company at the heart of the global race for technological dominance. The first story explores the tense relationship between ASML and China, a saga of industrial espionage and strategic maneuvering. Next, we'll dive into ASML's critical role during the COVID-19 pandemic, highlighting how a global crisis underscored the importance of chip technology. Finally, we'll explore the internal dynamics of ASML's leadership and the calculated risks that kept the company at the forefront of innovation. Story 1. The Shadow Games. The story begins in the early 2010s, when ASML found itself in the crosshairs of geopolitical tensions. China, with its ambition to become self-sufficient in semiconductor technology, saw ASML's cutting-edge lithography machines as a key asset. However, these machines were not just valuable for their technology, but also as strategic assets in the race for technological supremacy. The stakes were high. Control over ASML's technology could shift the balance of power in the global tech landscape. As ASML's CEO, Peter Wennink, navigated these choppy waters, the company became a target for industrial espionage. One night, ASML's security team detected unusual activity. A rogue employee was caught attempting to download sensitive blueprints onto a personal device. The story took a dramatic turn when it was discovered that the employee was in contact with entities linked to the Chinese government. ASML acted swiftly, firing the individual and tightening its internal security protocols. But the incident was a wake-up call. ASML was not just a tech company, it was a geopolitical pawn. The pressure didn't stop there. In a move that underscored the high stakes, the US government intervened, pressuring ASML and the Dutch government to restrict the sale of its most advanced machines to China. Every chip produced by China could be used for military aims, a US official warned. This led to a delicate balancing act for ASML, caught between its largest market and the political demands of its allies. The company had to innovate, not just in technology, but in diplomacy. ASML's response was strategic. They continued to develop newer, more advanced machines while limiting exports to certain regions, thus keeping their technological edge. This story of industrial espionage and diplomatic maneuvering set the stage for ASML's next challenge, which came not from foreign agents, but from an unexpected global event. Story 2. The Pandemic Pivot. As the COVID-19 pandemic spread across the globe in early 2020, ASML found itself at the center of a different kind of crisis. The world's sudden shift to remote work and digital communication caused an unprecedented spike in demand for electronic devices. Every smartphone, laptop, server, and gaming console needed the microchips that ASML's machines were uniquely capable of producing. But there was a problem. The pandemic had disrupted global supply chains, causing delays and shortages that threatened to halt production. "We need more productivity, Martin. More machines and higher output. Otherwise, we're finished," pleaded a top executive from TSMC, one of ASML's biggest clients. ASML's cleanrooms in Veldhoven were suddenly the most important rooms in the world, where the lifelines of modern technology were being maintained and expanded. In response, ASML ramped up production at an unprecedented scale, overcoming logistical nightmares and strict lockdowns. Technicians who were used to traveling to install and repair machines on site had to adapt to new remote working conditions. Van den Brink, ASML's technical director, expressed frustration with remote meetings, but understood the necessity. "I need to know how you're feeling, how you're holding yourself, how you look, and what you're looking at. I want to read people." The company quickly innovated new remote diagnostic tools and expanded virtual training sessions for clients' engineers. ASML's quick pivot paid off. They managed to deliver critical machines just in time, enabling their customers to meet the skyrocketing demand. The pandemic underscored the importance of ASML's technology not just as a tool for production, but as a backbone of the digital world. And as the company rose to this global challenge, it also set the stage for its internal transformation, driven by the unique partnership of its two top executives. Story 3. The yin and yang of leadership. At the heart of ASML's resilience and success was the unique dynamic between its two leaders, Peter Wennink and Martin van den Brink. The two were an unlikely pair. Wennink, a charismatic diplomat who could navigate the treacherous waters of international politics, and Van den Brink, a brilliant engineer whose technical innovations drove ASML's technological leadership. "They're like yin and yang," said a supervisory board member. "They complement each other perfectly." The third story begins with a crisis meeting in 2018 as the two leaders sat in Van den Brink's office. News had just broken about new US sanctions that would impact ASML's ability to sell its machines to China. The company was at a crossroads: succumb to external pressures or find a way to push forward. Van den Brink argued for doubling down on technological innovation, betting that even more advanced machines would keep ASML ahead of any competitors. Wennink, meanwhile, focused on diplomacy, lobbying in Washington, and ensuring European support for ASML's strategic goals. Their partnership was not without its tensions. In one heated discussion, Van den Brink slammed his fist on the table. "We need to focus. Technology will win this." Wennink, always the calm strategist, replied, "But we also need the world on our side, Martin." The two eventually found common ground, deciding to pursue both paths: aggressive technological development paired with a calculated diplomatic strategy. This dual approach allowed ASML to not only survive, but thrive amidst the most challenging political and economic environment the tech industry had seen in decades. This combination of brilliant engineering and savvy leadership kept ASML at the forefront of the semiconductor race, but it also highlighted a deeper truth about the company's philosophy: focus. As Van den Brink and Wennink prepared to step down in 2024, they left behind a legacy built not just on machines, but on the careful balancing of vision and pragmatism, risk and restraint. These stories reveal the intricate web of technological innovation, geopolitical strategy, and human leadership that defines ASML's position in the world. The company's future will undoubtedly hold more challenges and opportunities, and its ability to navigate them will depend on the lessons learned from these defining moments. As the editor of Hardly, through learning these lessons, we can recognize that the future of technology and innovation will depend not just on the brilliance of our inventions, but also on our ability to maneuver through an increasingly complex global landscape with agility and foresight. Reflecting on ASML's journey, we return to the core theme of geopolitical and technological battles shaping the future of the global semiconductor industry. One last story from the book vividly captures this dynamic. During a high-stakes meeting in Washington, D.C., Peter Wennink was invited to the White House to discuss the future of semiconductor exports. Surrounded by top US officials and international policymakers, Wennink faced a barrage of questions about ASML's technology and its potential implications for global security. In a bold move, he took out a chip produced by ASML's machines and placed it on the table. "This," he said, "is the future of everything, from smartphones to smart weapons. The question is, how do we manage it responsibly?" His ability to balance the technical prowess of ASML with the geopolitical realities was a masterclass in corporate diplomacy. The room fell silent, recognizing the gravity of his words and the power of the technology ASML wielded. ASML's story is not just about machines, but about navigating a complex world where technology, politics, and strategy intersect. As the editor of Hardly, by learning these lessons, we can better understand that the future of technology lies not only in innovation, but in the strategic and ethical decisions that shape how that technology is used in an interconnected world.